Are you live?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the mobile app coaching. My name is Glenn, senior stock market strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Bill is here. Bill, great comment. Starting right off from the onset. No politics today, please. You know I don't like to do politics when it comes down to the stock market anyway. But today especially, I am so not trying to hear that. Eugene said, Dell went poof. Ryan did a short video on the YouTube channel talking about what happened with Dell. Near zero margin on the machines. How does that happen? Is that just Dell trying to get into the space, the AI space? How do you put out the machines? Well, I guess you got to compete, right? You got to compete with NVIDIA machines. So maybe that's what it was. All right, so we'll see. Janice says the alert just hit the like button. Hi, Badger. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. So looks like everyone can hear me. Fed data came out. The Fed's preferred inflation measure rose 0.2% in April, but it was as expected. So I think that with the Fed data, what they were looking at, it didn't go gangbusters away. I think people looked at it as a positive sign. Does that mean we're going to get a rate cut this year? I still say no. I don't think it's enough of a move. It's enough of a move, especially if it was in line. I think that inflation is still looked at as being sticky. I still think that the Feds, for the most part, Kashkari has said it on more than one occasion, that he's looking for more data, that we are going to be higher for longer, all of those things, that we possibly have a rate increase on the table. We'll see. SQQQ up bigly. Yeah, that's because the market is, as you look right here on the home page of the mobile app, the Qs, where are the Qs? Look at that, down 1.38%. The biggest mover to the downside, the Dow is up slightly, very slightly, flat to slightly up at 0.05. The S&P is down 0.6, and the VectorVest composite is down 0.3. I think we might get a confirmed down call today, and depends on what happens with the DEW and the DPOs. We might even get a DEW call today. RTX is up, Raytheon, a lot of stocks that are in the aerospace space, the defense and aerospace. Those stocks are still holding up. RTX, Boeing is not one that's holding up. Lockheed Martin, I like. RTX, I like. Rolls-Royce, I like. So there are some stocks in there. Akshaya says, Glenn, are we ready for contras yet or short? Something, Akshaya, before I'm ready to pull the trigger to the downside, let's go see what happens with the DEW and the confirmed call. All right, so we already have a confirmed down call now. That's now. Anything can happen between now and the end of the day. If the market decides to move up just a little bit and overcome the down day, and we finish slightly in the positive, we don't get a confirmed down call. All right, you notice that on the app, it doesn't show that because it doesn't do it until the end of day. But in the desktop, it will show it. So I'm not, we'll see. I would put the entire portfolio on no rate cuts this year, despite the puppet strings, Yahoo and string along the public. Yeah, I think that you guys already know where I sit in regards to rate cuts. I've said it since last year when he announced in November that there were going to be 3 rate cuts. I said that he put his foot in his mouth when he said that. I said there was no way, based on the data, and this is not me, just based on the data, that we were going to get a rate cut. And I think more and more people are coming to the realization that that's not going to happen. All right, so no rate cuts, maybe up. And something, I don't think he goes up a quarter. If he does raise, I'm with Prakash. I think it'll be a smaller raise. I think it may be an eighth. I guess that's the smallest you can do. A quarter, I think an eighth maybe, but we'll see. And Sanjeev said, glad I tightened stops. Guess what? What did I talk about yesterday in Trending Thursday? I said I wanted everybody to respond that in the current market's conditions, that this is the time to be monitoring your trades and tightening your stops. I said it yesterday, and I made all the people who were willing to talk to say that they understand exactly what I said. Folks, we are trying to make sure that we keep you guys on the right side of the market and give you the opportunities to make money in the market. But it goes both ways. I can give you fish all day long, but I also need to let you know when it's the right time to be active in those fish and when it's the right time to just be sitting down and chilling. I think I will sell NVIDIA today. I don't want to wait for the split and then it may go down. I think it's automatically going to go down AB because of the split. I think that's just how it happens. I'm still holding my NVDL. I'm up like 50% on that. And I am positive. I am very bullish still on NVDL or NVIDIA because they are the most powerhouse stock in the market right now. I'm still going to hold on to the shares. I may take a dip. I may take a hit, but I got a 50% cushion on the stock. I got a 50% cushion on the stock, and I think I'm fine. Amir says, I sold call and sold some, but still getting killed. You talking about on Dell? Let's go take a look at Dell real quick. All right, let's go hit the question mark. DELL. Let's go take a look at Dell. One day doesn't make a trend. Ooh, 2 days. Good God. The 3 and the 8 cross. That was, you know, something. I got no stop. And I don't think anybody has a stop that you can use to protect you against the gap down like this. That's real. I got no stops for that. All right. I like the stock. Only thing I could say is yesterday's graph was a little bit of a bearish harami. Was a little bit of a bearish harami right at the top of the graph. Could I have told you to have gotten out? I could have told you to possibly take half off the table. But a gap down on the news that they put out, I got nothing to protect you against that. All right. So I'm just, man, when I get out of it, look at the MACD just went super negative, drew all the way down, not negative yet, but the 3 and the 8, it's below the 3, the 8, and the 20. It's below the 3, the 8, and the 20. All right, how is it that SMCI has been going down since NVIDIA reported earnings? 2 different stocks, G-Money. All right, let's go look at SMCI. 2 different stocks. All right, they may be in the same space, but they're run differently. 2 different stocks. Let's go look for SMCI. SMCI. Let's go peep that out. SMCI. SMCI, so you look at, you know, trying to compare NVIDIA and SMCI, 2 different stocks. They may be in the in the chip space. But SMCI was a long time ago saying, I don't think that I should still been in it. Look from this level right here. Stop. Look from this level right here from the high. I don't want to do that. All right, fine. Let's do that. Let's squeeze that in a little bit. I can't. Let's go put this on a 6-month graph. All right. See that high back there, those highs back there? What was the stock doing? Moving down, a lower high, lower high, lower high. And then it started rebounding off this level of support, but still at a level of resistance. All right. There's, as much as I love NVIDIA, as much as I think SMCI should be a major runner in this space, it is not. It is not. Amir says SMI being too difficult. Well, if that's the case, then, I mean, I'm just looking at it from this level down to this level of the floor. The stock's price was going down. NVIDIA wasn't. NVIDIA evidently was the clear winner as compared to SMCI. All right. So I'm just saying. And if we do, and there we go, a lot of people are chiming in. If we do get a confirmed down call, it's going to be tough trying to hold even the best stocks in a confirmed down call, which adds to the credence. Maybe we take some off of NVIDIA. All right. I still like the play. I'm going to still be bullish on the play. I am, if anything, I might take half off the table, but I still think I'm very bullish on NVIDIA. I don't think that taking half off the table is a bad play. All right. I don't think so. So, and I see the chat coming in. If you're going to hold stocks through a confirmed down call, it's going to be a tough play to be. Even some of the best stocks in the system. All right. Even some of the best stocks in the system. VRT, I think, is one of my multi-baggers, I think. Oops. VRT. Let's take a look at it. That stock is going up nicely. Big down, another big gap down. All right, the 3 to 8, the 20, it's below. If I haven't, I take half off the table. Actually, because we're getting close to a confirmed down call, and look at the MACD at the bottom, because we're getting close to a confirmed down call, I might take all of that off the table. I don't want to give that all back. Yeah, Ben said sold VRT today. I wouldn't be mad at you if you did. Big down day today, and actually broke through a level of support. So Amir, and this goes for everybody in the room, look at the graphs. Look in the graphs. Now, a lot of these stocks, you're saying you got beat up on. All right, on a stock like VRT, I take off the table. Let's go look at MU. We'll do that real quick. MU, I think a lot of these stocks are in the same boat. Yeah, look at that big gap down. Put this in a 3-month graph. Not as nearly a big gap down, just 2 down days. 2 big down days. It's below the 3 to 8 and the 20. Again, the graph is telling you it's down 3.5% today. I would take some of that profit off the table. As a matter of fact, again, this close to a possible confirmed down call, if it closes down today, I wouldn't be afraid to take a lot of these off the table. I all went down after. Again, we're not getting into that, Amir. Who said that? Yeah, I'm not getting into that. I don't think that got anything to do with what's going on. That's my own personal opinion. Thoughts on Boyle dropping quick against the recent trend. If you were in the Jockey Club this morning, I tried to do a day trade between Boyle and Cold. It didn't work out today. I do own USO. I'm watching it. The only reason why I'm holding USO is because I talked about it yesterday on Trending Thursday. I've got a price target on oil of $90 throughout the summer. Why? Because people are traveling all over the place, driving their cars, blah, 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 blah. I also showed yesterday that we use 3.5 million barrels of oil a day during the summer months. That's a lot of oil. On Sunday, OPEC's got a meeting. They're most likely going to keep being stingy with the oil, cutting the supply. All right, slowing down on the supply. The demand is going to keep going up, especially because of the summer months. It's going to drive oil prices high. And if it doesn't, I already think that it's being manipulated anyway. All right, and we took 1 million barrels out of the strategic political reserve in the last couple of weeks. All right, I didn't do the Cold Boyle trade today. I didn't like the overnight action. Cold is on the rise, though. Yeah, Boyle was on the rise this morning, Janice, and now Cold is coming back up. But remember, I only do it for the first couple of hours of the day to make a decision. So the decision didn't come in my favor, so I didn't pull the trigger on it. Yes, is the market going down due to the guilty verdict? Again, I don't think so. I don't think that. To answer your question, no, but I don't want to talk about it either. I honestly don't think that that's the issue. I honestly don't think that that's the issue. All right. So again, a lot of these stocks that you're giving to me based on the market moving down today, a lot of these stocks are giving up a lot of their gains, and I don't want you guys to be totally screwed. So we can fix it all. Convo. Wow. AAT, all about Tech Meridian. That's a long name. Good gravy. That is a long, long name. Unable to buy RYC. Let's go look at Kava first. All right, let's go look at Kava first. Kava, I'm not concerned about it. Down day, a lot of selling pressure. Now it's up to you. Do you want to, if one day doesn't make a trend, it's down 2.5%. I would look, see this level of the high? See on that candle right there? See on that candle right there a couple of days ago? I'd look at the high of that candle, and I'd look at possibly taking my trade off the table there. All right. As of the high 2 days ago. And Rolls Royce, RECE, what is that? RECEY. Gosh dang, what is Rolls Royce? What is Rolls Royce? RYCEY. Let's go take a look at it. Today, I don't mind looking at your stocks, especially with what's going on in the market. Rolls Royce is fine. It's a closed candle, which means the price today is lower than the open. I'm okay with Rolls Royce. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's up 0.5% today. Rolls Royce, I would leave alone. But, I got a line in the sand sitting right at this level of support. That was a level of support. It was a great level of resistance. It was a solid line. That's where I'd be looking to take that off the table. To be honest, still don't know how to use this VectorVest. Just follow, buy and sell. But I can't see if I'm making profits. Hope they have a thorough video for newbies. Crystal, are you just on the mobile app? Yes or no? Are you just on the mobile app? And if that's the case, let me help you out. See to the left, you got education. There's a tab there specifically for education. You want to learn how to start getting into how to use VectorVest on just the mobile? Here it is, right here. I got 5 introduction videos for you, Crystal. How about that? Does that help you? All right. Does that help you? That's a great place to get. It starts from the introduction, a great place to start to get into how to use the software. Alar was a good call, Glenn. Oh, man, we talked about Alar a long time ago. It's an OTC, hard to buy. You talk about Rolls Royce? Let's go back to... You saying Rolls Royce is hard to buy because it's over the counter? It should have a lot of volume. Hold on. Hold your horses. Let's go see what the average volume is. Average volume, 3 million. I don't know why that would have a liquidity problem, even though it's over the counter. It's got an average volume of 3.6 million shares. Today, it's trading 1.8. Now, I don't know why it would be a hard way to trade that. I don't understand it. All right, unless there's something that I don't know. It's got a lot of liquidity, and I know it's over the counter. And if I'm looking at an over-the-counter stock, I definitely want to make sure it's got liquidity. All right, I want to make sure that it's got liquidity. How to tell if a stock is too far extended to take a position on, Glenn? VITL, is that a ticker? VITA. Oh, you're saying how to tell if a stock is too far extended to take a position, Glenn, i.e., I don't have, Vital. Let's go look at it. All right. Too far extended. So, talking about too far extended, what's going on in the market? This stock just hit a new 3-month high a day ago. A little bit of a pullback candle. I think that if the market as a whole is starting to pull back, any stock that's hitting a new high right now is a stock that I would be careful with. Does that make sense? That is something that I would be careful with, because the market's direction affects about 80% of the stocks within the market. So if you're getting to a stock that's just at a 3-month high, as the market looks like it wants to pull down, I'd be very careful with those stocks. So if I'm nervous, I take half off the table, or I pull the whole trade off the table if I think the market's going to have more to the downside. Would I get out of Modine? Let's go take a look at MOD. Let's go look at MOD. Would I get out of, and let me answer the question this way. Yeah. What's happening since that level of resistance right there? What's the stock doing? Lower high. So I think that let's take into consideration what's going on in the market. Let's go along with a lot of the stocks that have gapped down. I am of the mindset that either take half off the table to lock in profits, but if you feel that the market's going to have more downside, if I'm looking at the MTI, I'm looking at the buy to sell ratio, I'm looking at the RT, they're all below 1. None of them are giving me warm, fuzzy feelings that I should be holding on to these stocks for an extended amount of time right now. So the primary wave is down. The underlying trend of the market, or the MTI, is both down. So from that perspective, if nothing else, I'm going to manage the trades that I have by tightening the stops. By tightening the stops, I'm going to get out of my stocks a little earlier. That's fine. Do I want to add new positions? That stock's got to be really showing me something right now in order for me to buy into a long position. Am I ready to play contras? Not quite yet, and I'll tell you why. Let's go look at SQQQ. All right. Son of a gun. Why do I keep doing that today? SQQQ. I'm going to look at contras before I start to think about playing the market to the downside. So Akshaya's question was, is it time? I don't think it's time yet. Big up day, but you know something, the 3 to 8, it's above. Well, actually, Akshaya, I would start to consider it. Looking at the 3 to 8 and the 20. The 3 and the 8 crossed yesterday. It's above the 20 today. And the MACD on the SQQQ just went positive. We also, if you look at the top, went from a sell to a hold. These things are starting to come into play. So with that being said, when I start thinking about playing contras, I might want to dip my toe in the water, but I want to see what's going on with the DEW. I want to see what's going on with the confirmed call before I jump fully into it. I'm okay with putting my toe in the water right now. Glenn, how did you get so gray? Because I have VV Nation sometimes beating up on me. That's why. Last year, this time, the market was doing great and went down in July, stayed down to October. You know something? Normally we get that buy, sell in May and go away. I really don't think we get that sell in May, go away scenario this year. I think that there's a lot of moving parts with the Fed data, with the Fed meetings, with the Fed decisions. I don't know. We get if the Fed starts to weakening their position on wanting to raise interest rates at least one more time, I don't think they really get enough data to cut. I think we're starting to keep the market pretty much at a standstill where people don't know what they want to do. And because of that, that's why having a program like VectorVest is so important. Looking at the indicators, knowing when it's the right time to sell stocks or buy in the contra ETFs, knowing when it's the right time to take profits off the table. This is what you pay for as a subscriber to the software. So when Amir asks the question about SMCI compared to NVIDIA, but I can look at the graph and see that SMCI is doing nowhere near what NVIDIA is doing, I can make a better decision. Lifestyle said, all my stocks went down. The only thing that has saved my portfolio was my stop losses. Bingo. The market sucks. Sorry for the language. Listen, no, this is why in the live streams, we've been talking about looking at all of the yellow in the color guard, to let you know, folks, you need to be tightening your stops. You need to be managing your trades. You notice that we haven't been pushing, go buy this stock, go sell this stock, that kind of deal. I want you guys to know that this is the time that no matter how good your stock is, you need to be tightening their stops. What does the almanac say for June? Why are you going to June? I got nothing for June 1st or June 2nd. Monday, June 3rd. The first trading day in June, the Dow had been up 28 out of 36 times, down 4 out of 5. So interesting, from 2008 to 2012, it was down 4 out of 5 times. All right. But over the last, whatever amount of 36 years, the Dow has been up 28 out of 36. So do we get a rebound on Monday? I don't know. And again, this is the reason why I don't want none of you guys to panic. If nothing else, I want you to just tighten the stops on the stocks that you own. Gold stock, buy or sell on ex-dividend date. PBR, buy gold stock. Give me a gold stock. I'll put up a stock, GLD. Got to watch the dollar. If I'm going to look at gold, I see the move. I see a lot of consolidation right now from that level down to here. What I really want to keep my eye on is the dollar. Let's go look at UUP. All right, what's the dollar doing? The dollar's leveling off, from this level right here, from that level of resistance. It's down below this level of resistance. Keeping it down below both those levels of resistance, the gold should start to have a run. Gold should be okay. The VIX is spiking. Listen, we were looking at the VIX this morning. And people weren't afraid, and people were getting into the IWM. All right, so the VIX is spiking. Is it really? I think that as the market continues to push lower, if it does, the VIX is supposed to spike. The VIX should have been spiking this morning, but it wasn't. It is now. Big up candle in today's move. I see that. All right, and it broke through this level of resistance right here. All right. People are starting to get a little bit more fearful. But notice that yesterday we broke through that level of resistance and came back down. Today we just creep back above that level of resistance and we're just sitting there. So I'm not thinking that it's spiking. It's a big up day today, But is it enough to tell me that people are getting fearful in the market? Not when they're buying into the IWM. All right, when they're still buying into the RWM, then that tells me that people are still less fearful in the market. I don't think I can see the IWM moving. But if people are buying into the lower dollar, lower cap stocks, then no. And now today it changed from the Jockey Club. I see it now, Akshaya. The Jockey Club showing me that people were buying into it, but I see the wick at the top of today's candle. I see the down bar. All right. What should happen as the market goes down, volatility should start to explode. VIX should start going up. With that happening as the market goes down, we'll see. But when we did it this morning, the IWM was the one that was up the most. People were less fearful this morning, but now, as the day goes along, it seems like the fear in the market is starting to pick up a little bit. All right. Glenn, how do you get the Stock Traders Almanac? Where? Go to this website. Did Janice give it to you? You can go to Amazon, but let me give you the website. The website for it is www.stocktradersalmanac.com. Cool. Can you put that in there? www.stocktradersalmanac.com. All right, you can get a digital version of it. VectorVest always gifts us at the end of the year to all of the people in education a Stock Traders Almanac. All right, thank you very much. www.stocktradersalmanac.com is where you can get this. Amazon most likely will have it as well. All right, so I took puts on the SPY for June 6 months. It's going down by the month's end. NRG getting killed. Let's go look at NRG. NRG. One day. Gosh, all of these stocks that you're bringing to my attention are all one-day hits. This is why having tighter stops, when you get all of that yellow in the color guard, and let's talk about that, getting all the yellow in the color guard, having tighter stops. Look at that. All right, that's no talking heads. That is no YouTube channel telling you and pushing and, none of that stuff. This is what you use. Now, with that being said, would it have protected you guys against the gap downs? No. But at least your stops would have been in place. They would have been tighter. You would have still got jerked on it. And that I got no control over that. But with that being said, utilizing, we got more yellow than we have red. Now, when we start to see more red than we see yellow, then we know the market is definitely taking on a bearish face. I still have more yellow tiles than I have red tiles. Still telling me that right now I should be tightening stops on my portfolio. The gold stock I was asking about with today's expiration date was Barrick's Gold. What's the ticker symbol for Barrick's Gold? Actually, I can just go look. Barrick Gold, GOLD. All right. And you said ex-dividend? Well, you got to determine, is the dividend worth the descent in the price from this level of resistance? The stock's price is going down. All right. Is the dividend enough? And I got a level of resistance right here. Is the dividend enough to overcome the price decline? If the answer is no, then I don't need to be in it. All right, then I don't need to be in it. I got a big channel. I got a channel within a channel. There's my level of resistance. There's my level of support. The stock's price is playing right in that playground of support resistance in a channel. I don't know if I'm really worried about this stock from a dividends perspective. I don't know what the dividend is. Let's go find out. What's the dividend paid? Dividend is 40 cents. Is 40 cents worth it? The yield is right about in line. Safety is above 50. So it's safe. Dividend growth, 13%. Is the 40 cents worth it if the stock's price is going down? That's the question you have to ask. And if you look at this ticker symbol, it's over the last year. It's all over the place. There's no steady move up or no steady move down. It's all over the place. Glenn bought Hibbs, SRTY stocks. Again, we're in VIXI in the Jockey Club, but Hibbs is another good one. If you're going to look at contrast, let me see what it's doing though. Again, I don't know if I'm really warm and fuzzy. Another contra, but look at all of these levels of support and resistance. I do like the MACD is on the rise. It is above the 3 is above the 8, which is above the 20, and MACD is rising. Again, based on the graphs though, I would think about putting my foot in the water. SRTY. Let's go take a look at it. Probably looks a lot the same, right? Where the 3, the 8, and the 20 are all crossing. And here we go. Let's go see on this one. Ooh, I'm not sure. The 3, the 8, and the 20, but I liked the Hibbs better. I like Hibbs better. All right. Selling May. I bought INSG calls 2 weeks ago. INSG. I think today I want to really, come on. Today I'm really all about looking at your stocks because I think a lot of people are concerned. Good gravy. What did you say? You said selling May. You bought calls. Goodness gracious. Keep in mind that that's kind of parabolic. It's still running though. Watch the wick at today's, I think, watch the profit taken right there on today's candle. That's a big wick on today's candle. I'd be, you know, something, I'm all about, I would take your profits on that. I would be given what the market's conditions are. This stock is definitely going against the trend of the market, but I'm looking at the big wick on today's candle. Man, I'm thinking I like taking that off the table. Thoughts on BWLP? BWLP. Again, this another. I don't know what the news is on this. Let's go check the news. Stock news. So I clicked on the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. It's up 1.5% today. Key information relating to the cash dividend. Ooh, was that a dividend increase? That probably that was yesterday on Business Wire. That probably was enough to get people jumping on board. Let's go down below. Let's go look at that. Put that back on a 1-year graph. Where's the dividend? Dividend, $3.46 on a what? On a $21 stock, $22 stock? What? I like that. Dividend safety 33, it's below 50 though. Dividend yield 50, that's a high dividend yield. Wow, that makes sense. Nice dividend on a lower dollar stock. The safety on the dividend concerns me. Normally when I look at dividend safety, which is DS, I want that to be at 50 or above. But the growth is there. A nice dividend, again, on a $22 stock. That's why the yield is so high. Ooh, I do like that. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that move. That's a nice 45-degree angle prior to the bolster in the dividend. You know something? I would give me a hard line in the sand at the low of the candle, not today, but yesterday's candle. That's where I would be looking. I'd be looking at the low of yesterday's candle. I'd lock in some of that profit right there. Does that make sense? I hope that does. Glenn, when was your last multi-bagger video? I don't remember the date. But in regards to that, let's go take a look at that portfolio. Multi-bagger stocks, 21% on my multi-baggers. VITL, down today 1.5%, but overall up 183%. ADMA down 0.5% today, but up 80% overall. How about AGS is up 0.3, up 34% overall. All right, some of these stocks are in the negative. I do have stops in place on these. I do have another portfolio, multi-bagger search 2, not as well, doing about 7.84%. USAP up 83%. SHIP, I still own that. I actually own that stock. I'm up like 25% on it. And actually it's up today, 0.75%. See Crazy, up 9.61%, 410. And actually, some of these multi-baggers on a down day like today are actually up today. So G Money, you got to go look at the channel to see when my last one was. I might need to add some stocks in some of these portfolios. So I may do another multi-bag. I don't know. Not in the current market's condition. If the market looks like it wants to go down, I'm probably not going to do another multi-bagger video just quite yet. Norwegian Cruise Lines. Let's go look at NCLH. Let's go see. I got a problem with travel stocks. I think that with people talking about having a hard time making ends meet because of interest rates, why are people traveling so much? Now, if you look at Norwegian over the last year, that don't look so pretty. Earnings are good, because people are traveling. But I'm looking at the stock. That's NCLH. I don't like it. Let's go look at RCL, which is Royal Caribbean. No, RC. What is? Hold on. I thought it was Royal Caribbean. RC. That's what I typed in. RCL looks better than Norwegian. So if I'm looking at, Walter, if I'm looking at those two companies, Royal looks better than Norwegian. Let's go look at, down day, like, a lot of stocks. Here's my line in the sand right at that most recent level of support. If I'm going to look at either one of those or travel stocks, what's another one? I got Royal, I got Norwegian. Isn't there another one? There's probably a couple of more. Somebody give me another one. Another ship, another travel. What is the one with the big anchor? Roger that, thanks. There's another one. What is it? Anybody? Or is that it? Is there another one? I know there's another one. Somebody got to hook me up. And will Cruise Line, Carnival, thank you. And will cruise liners make money this summer? I think a lot of people are booking. Stuff. So let's go look and see if I can find Carnival. At the bar, Carnival, CCL. Out of the three, I like Royal. All right, if I'm going to look at a traveling ship stock, Royal is it. And that's just straight analysis. Both of these, you look at Carnival, you look at Norwegian, they're moving down. They're moving down. All right. So Royal is the way to go. Prakash I have 100 of RCL, NCL, and Carnival. Right now, RCL is the better play of the three, Prakash. All right. Royal is the better play out of the three. All right. So I'm losing people today. I'm looking at the numbers that are here. I just thought that in today's current market's condition, I would rather to concentrate and look at your stocks to give you some insight on what you need to do based on what's going on in the market. So the people that are still here appreciate that. All right. The ETF is Cruise. Ooh, let's go look at that. CRUZ. Are you sure? It says Defiance Hotel. Are you sure? Let's go look at the report. What does it tell me? I just want to make sure. Defiance Hotel, Airline, and Cruise. Okay, Hotel, Airline, and Cruise. All right. Exchange Traded Fund incorporated with the U.S. Defiance Hotel, Airline, and Cruise ETF, the fund for the travel ETF. There you go. Good call on Cruise, Walter. Good call. All right, but this is looking at all three, hotels, airline, and cruises. So what's interesting about looking at this ETF? This ETF probably gives me a better feel overall for the whole travel industry. You agree? Yes or no? You agree? Yes or no? I like this because now I can take all of the news that's out there about all of the travel stocks. I like that this gives me this information. So guess what? I ain't got to rely on what they say. I don't have to rely on the spin. I like that this gives me a better feel. AV8V, that's a drone company. AV8V, is that the US one or is this the Israeli one? I don't remember. I still like the space, but notice that it's getting tired. Down day today. Notice that it's getting tired. See how it's converging and starting to consolidate. Notice that the MACD went negative. All right, this is the U.S. company. Thank you. This is so you know something right now, if I've got profit, given the current market's condition, I wouldn't be afraid to take that off the table. Look at the 3 and the 8 are converging. It's still above. The 3 is still above the 8. It's still above the 20. But look at the convergence, but also look at it from a technical standpoint. All of this is all technical, 3, the 8, and the MACD. I'm looking at all of this. I wouldn't mind taking that off the table. What's the other one? ESLT? ESLT. I think that is the other one. Is that? Let's go look at the report. I think that is the Israeli version. Defense, Homeland Security. It develops and supplies airborne land. Somebody back me up on that this is the Israeli one. Yes or no? That this is the Israeli one. Yes or no? Give your opinion on this situation. On this situation. No, I'm not giving my opinion on that. Amir, I'm not. I'm not giving my opinion on that at all. All right, so if I'm looking at ESLT is the weaker of the two. AVAV, if I'm looking at the drone space, AVAV is the better play. ESLT, you would think that it should be rising, but it's not. But AVAV, so if I'm looking at the two, AVAV is the better play. And EME, let's go bust the move on that real quick. EME, MCore. EME. Oh, goodness gracious. Stock that's been killing it. But a big down day today. You know, if you're still holding it, I'm looking at this level of support. That's probably a good solid sign to get out. Or, again, big down day today. MACD just went negative. I wouldn't be mad at you if you took it all off the table. I wouldn't be mad at you if you just took it all off the table. All right. Embraer, ERJ. Let's go peep that out real quick. That's also in the same space, ERJ. That's taking a hit. But that's just not today. Looking at from this level of the high, it was going down. All right, the 3 and the 8 was still positive. The 3 and the 8 went negative here. That was probably a great day to take it off the table. And now you're sitting right at this level of support. If it breaks below that level of support, I'd probably take it off the table. But that was happening even prior to right now. The 3 and the 8 crossed. That was a better opportunity to get out than now. I'm not trying to talk about politics, but this is going to affect the market. I understand that. I'm not talking about it, Amir. I'm not doing it. And I won't acknowledge any more statements about it, Amir. I'm not doing it. Leisure stocks are down because of the Middle East and Ukraine. You know, those are only two places, Lou, that you shouldn't travel to. There's still more of the world to travel. My daughter, over the last 2 weeks, has traveled all of Europe. There's a lot of people still traveling. There's a lot of people still traveling. And there's a lot more places in the world to go rather than Israel or Ukraine or Russia. So I won't go with that. I won't go with that. Are the 3 and 8 EMA, can you describe the app setup with this? I'm using a 3 and 8 exponential moving average. And I went down to the bottom of the graph where it says graph settings. And this is where I set up my moving averages. I'm looking at I should be looking at a 3-month graph. Moving averages, I have 3. Click on that right there. I'm using exponential, you'll see, in a simple on the 20. I'm using a simple on the 20. All right, so the first one, exponential, 3. Go to the right, you see the 3. Moving average number 2, exponential, 8. Moving average number 3, simple, 20. That's the setup. All right, that's the setup. So I'm looking at a 3 and 8, and the 20 is a simple. The 20 is a simple. But when I look at ERJ, you know what else I could have gotten out? As soon as the MACD went negative. As soon as MACD went negative, that was a good sign to get out as well. All right. Said the market would crash for buying. Bill, I'm not getting into that. All right. So that happens for you, Sanjeev. And again, I'm looking at the number of people today. I didn't give a whole lot of fish. That was on purpose. Today was all about you. All right. today was all about you in regards to what's going on with the stocks that you're holding a day like today and talking about what's going on from a market timing perspective. Do we start to look at contras? I've given some insight on those. I saw that Akshaya got into some of the contras. We looked at them. I think that they're worth it for you to at least dip your toe in the water as a hedge on the stocks that you may be taking half off the table. I like that idea as a great hedge. All right. Or the stocks that have the big dip downs today, I wouldn't be mad at you if you took them all off the table. I'm looking at EGO again. Anything dealing with gold, watch the dollar. Watch the dollar. Strong dollar, gold's going to get affected adversely. If the dollar is falling, gold is going to continue to move up. But, make sure you're in the right ones that are moving up. All right, Glenn, sorry about my political comment. I understand it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. All right, so how about CLS? I'm going to look at just a couple of more. CLS. All right. Again, another great stock, just a down day. All right, a lot of the stocks. Now, notice the 3 and the 8 haven't crossed yet. Can you get out of it now? You know something? If nothing else, I take half off the table. 2 down days in a row. MACD is still positive. The 3 and the 8 are still positive, and it's still above the 20-day. But 5% down today, I wouldn't mind taking half off the table. I wouldn't mind taking half off the table. Do you think Monday will be a recovery day for the market, Glenn? I don't know. We read in the almanac that the first trading day in June, the Dow was up 28 out of 30 last 36 years. That's a lot more up than down. So from a historical standpoint, looking at the market, the answer to your question should be yes. But of course, this is not a normal market. A lot of things are going on. There's a lot of moving parts. So I can't say yay or nay. But historically, based on the almanac, it looks like yes. A couple of more stocks. FTAI. All right, let's go take a look. Wow, that's a beautiful looking equity curve. And you know something? Even with the push down, the 3 is still above the 8. I'd leave that alone. Or because of the market's conditions, take half off the table now. Run with the other half. All right. Today seems like an overreaction to something. Stacy, we get that a lot of times after Fed reports. After the Fed reports. So that may lend into the credence that we get a recovery day on Monday. All right. So we'll see. TNA. Let's go take a look at TNA. How about today? It wasn't even about the likes. Today I'm looking at all your stocks for the most part. Ugh, I'm not feeling that. All right. No, and it's coming off of this level of resistance right here and just going down. I'm not feeling that. It's coming up to a level of support. I'm not feeling that. There's nothing that tells me that I want to be in that stock right now. Nothing at all. Zim, let's go take a look at Zim, ZIM. I hear that the stock is rocking. Let's go look here. Look at that. It is moving. Zim is moving. Wasn't earnings coming out on it? Wasn't there earnings? I don't know. See on here, I can't see when the earnings date was. Or maybe, hold on. Earnings. We need to, in the mobile app, I think we need to see the earnings date. I think that I need to put that out there. Oof. So what's the stock doing? The stock is going up. But man, this stock is not good. Look at that. Earnings per share, negative. Earnings yield, negative. Earnings growth, negative. I'm not feeling that. Now, the stock's price is going up, and look at the negative earnings. I'm not feeling that. Now, the price is telling me another whole sort of deal. I'm not a fan of this. Now, if you want to be more aggressive, take it. If you want to be more aggressive, take it. I'm not talking about this. Tabula says, we prayed for rain, and by dawn, we are now getting it. There you go. Prayer changes things. Marvel. Let's go look at MRVL. Oh, ooh, another big hit. Wow. Good. 12% down. Ooh-wee. Not only that, look at the 3-month graph. This stock is just a volatile stock. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, the answer to that, I'm not feeling that. Let's go look at CrowdStrike, CRWD. CrowdStrike and Zscaler are my two favorite stocks in the cybersecurity space, but look at that. Wow. CrowdStrike, again, even though I may like the stock, tough time to be in it. Tough time to be in it. Bashir says, Glenn, I'm not sure if I missed Dell. Why is Dell down so much? Again, Ryan did a short video on the page. It was like, they're not making money on their machines. They're not making money on their machines. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. All right, what time are we at? 12:50. I'm going to end short today. I think that, if nothing else, we covered a lot of your stocks today. All right, I think that today was all about, I wanted it to be all about you. And now I looked at a lot of stocks from several individual stocks for more than one stock for a person. So phase 3, I looked at a few of your stocks. I can't say that I did not. I did. Glenn, is Dell good for short? I don't know. I like the stock. I don't know if I want to short a good stock. RVRS, both above 1, RT below 1 because the stock took a hit. Fundamentally sound, good comfort index. Positive earnings, not positive sales growth. Look at that graph, Akshaya. That's a 1-year graph. That's a 1-day move. I'm not sure I feel like I want to short it. I'm not sure I feel like I want to short it. All right. Thanks, Glenn and Koo. Have a great weekend. You too, Janice. You too. Thanks, Glenn, for good stuff as usual. Thank you, Deanna. It broke the uptrend. So, I mean, Akshaya, you already know what you're looking for. If that's what you're already looking for and it did, then take it to the downside. I am letting you know that based on the fundamentals of the stock, I'm not ready to short it yet. All right. But you already know what you're looking for. You asked me the question and I gave you my answer based upon looking at this graph. All right. So it's your play, Akshaya. I'm not thinking about shorting it. Think again, it's a fundamentally sound stock. Is it going to have some downside because the market's moving down? Absolutely. Am I ready to short it though? I'm not sure I really want to do that. All right. So today we didn't go through our normal rigmarole of looking at all of the aspects of the app. I think that the power of the program is in your pocket, and looking at the stocks that you own was a better presentation today rather than just try to overcome that and just go look at it. I think that today was all about you. I think a lot of you have a lot of questions. Hopefully I answered a lot of your questions in regards to what to do with the stocks that you own, what's going on in the market, and how you should handle it. So that was the idea today. All right. And again, what happens is I give up on the amount of people that will stay. And you know something, I'm okay with that sometimes. As long as the people who are here get a benefit out of what I showed today, then we could be all the way down to just 2 people and I'd be okay. Then I would be okay. All right. So, Amir, no, I'm good. I looked at a lot of stocks today. I looked at more stocks than I do normally a week. So, with that, folks, I'm going to go. Stacy said we needed this today, and absolutely, I think you did too. And that's why I did it, Stacy. That's exactly why I did it. Pay attention to what's going on this homepage. All right. Do you panic? No, Amir, not today. Do you panic? When I look at the color guard, I got more yellow than anything. I'm still going to be defensive. I'm going to manage. I'm not going to panic. All right. And that's what this homepage is showing. The power of the program in your pocket. That's what this homepage showing. Amir. Yeah. STX. Oh my gosh. You're like my grandson. Papa. All right. STX. Moving down from this level of resistance. Broke a level of support here. Broke another level of support here with today's activity. MACD is negative. All right. No, I don't like it. It's down almost 2% today. It's running down from that level of the high. I'm hitting lower highs. There's nothing that says that I need to have it. All right. No more stocks. Thanks, Glenn. You're a great break as a meeting of the minds. There you go. Oh, no, you just said I broke your heart. Now you say you love me big time. Make up your mind, Amir. Make up your mind. Folks, have a great weekend. I love you guys. I do. I want you to know that it's always all about you, no matter what. No matter what, it's always about you. I don't know if I saw USAP. I don't know. I'm not letting you all get me into any more stocks. I told you I was leaving early. And panic is a strategy, Sister Bullet. No, it's not. It's not a good strategy. We did look at VRT. All right. With that, folks, have a great weekend. Manage your trades. Don't panic. Start to maybe think about looking at the contra ETFs, but make sure that they're rising. All right. Thank you, Alfredo. I appreciate it. Dave says, God bless you, Glenn. You have the patience of a saint with certain chatters. This is all right. This is y'all's room. You guys pay for this. My job is to present you with the knowledge that you need. All right. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. A lot of the storms that are going on across the United States, be careful, folks. Please be careful. Odabu. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until next week, folks. See ya.